I'm really at pains to understand what is going on with this government. Mr. Speaker, I feel that there are elements in certain areas of government, because I know the president very well, who are actually undercutting, undermining, and sabotaging the work he's doing. And yesterday I said, on the matter of education, I'm happy that my former VC and my good friend Magoa is now on that seat, because I know he's a man of reasoning. But Mr. Speaker, on the first issue, why is the government acting as if it is at war with its people? Are we fighting Kenyans? What is going on? Senator Nyamunga, I am a senator like you. Today there's this tax. Tomorrow you're telling people 1.5 housing you must pay, or else, by force. Tomorrow you're telling car dealers you must only bring vehicles 5 years and under. Hundreds of young people are employed in these dealerships. People cannot afford, or else. Tomorrow take this number, or else. It's threatening Kenyans. You ask a question, you're arrested. You're taken to court, and then you expect you tomorrow to go teach those children. There is something fundamentally wrong, and I think certain ministers came in and said, oh, for you to be popular, you must be tough. So let us all be tough, like this one. And no. You're not dealing with children in this country. We have houses of reason. We have Kenyans are sensible people. When Kenyans were told, let's ban paper bags because of this, in a day we stopped. So don't threaten people, don't threaten Kenyans. Reason with Kenyans. And let me tell you, Mr. Speaker, and I'll tell those who are listening in government, when you stir a hornet's nest, be prepared for the sting. Kenyans are frustrated. There's a way things can be done. All of these things are good, but there's a way they can actually be done. It's the process. It is not even the content. It is the manner in which these things are being unpackaged to Kenyans. Somebody must look at that.
Of course, it sounds as if there's a disconnect between what you're telling me and the reality that the legislature, such as Sakaja, who's very active in Parliament, talks about. It seems as if there's disconnect. He doesn't understand it at the level of a legislator. How do we understand it as the level of Wanjiku?
No, I quite honestly don't understand what he was talking about. I've tried to listen very carefully. It was a debate in Parliament, and in Parliament, when you're debating, he's an elected member of Parliament, a member of the Senate, so to speak. And sometimes he is addressing the gallery of his voters. So sometimes people say certain things that may not necessarily be meant for us, so to speak. But I don't understand what he's talking about.
So you don't think the government is too tough on the Wananchi?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the thing is that if there's something that the government wants to say, for example, enforce, like we were tough as a government to make sure that we had this transition into high school. In fact, chiefs were involved in going from home to home. Sub-chiefs and chiefs were involved in going from home to find out why any child has not reported to Form 1. Because basically what we are enforcing is compulsory high school or compulsory secondary education for all Kenyans. Compulsory means compulsory. You may not like it, but
you have to do it.
You have to do it. Mm-hmm. So, you know, sometimes the role of government is like that of a headmaster. People have to report to class at 8:30. If we are going to say, no, you can come in at 10:30, it may be popular, but we are misguiding the country.
It has to happen.
It has to happen.
Okay. So you don't think we have a reason to cry as citizen based on what we have seen in the last few months and the concerns of members of Parliament?
No, I think
it shouldn't bother us.
No, I think we are a very listening government.
Okay.
All right. Say, for example, the matter of 1.5 for the housing levy, it went to court. And that is as it should be. When it went to court, we said, oh, let us listen to what the courts have to say. Maybe we have a point. Maybe they have a point. So we allowed the matter to go through the court process, no problem.
Okay.
Because if we were to force it as an executive, there were ways of doing it, but we decided, as an executive, we decided, no, let's listen to the people. But the housing pillar is still going on. We have still reached out to international financiers and to, the UN Habitat, I think, is coming up with some 100,000 units and so forth. And we have to convince Kenyans, why do we need these houses?
Okay.
All right. Say, for example, in the Big Four, we have the manufacturing pillar. It's all about human dignity, jobs and job creation. The universal health care is about human dignity. Food security is about the dignity of our people. when people are hungry, you know, is very undignified. Good housing is about human dignity. So surely a government which is focused on human dignity, how can that government be accused
Okay, of not caring.
of not caring for its people?